My name's Mars Green, and I live here in Portland. I'm a Portland taxpayer. And my concern is for the animals at the zoo given substandard care, particularly with the elephants. It's quite obvious that they're emotionally and spiritually broken. Now they have TB. And from what the zoo has commented on is that they do regular testing for TB. If that were true, those elephants that are there now with TB would not have full-blown TB. So right there, there's some kind of, something not right with that. I think it's a shame that no one in the city, that's the council, will step up for the animals, because the people are all they have. And anyone can tell that these animals are spiritually broken, and the health care of them would be better if they had tested the TB like they said they did, and then, but now it's full-blown. So, and then the other concern was the amount of money the zoo received. There was a ballot, people voted to give the zoo money. They got it passed, they had millions of dollars, and still to this day haven't done anything productive. I'd like to know how many millions have been spent. I know a couple of years ago it was 13 million had been spent and nothing was done. You know, where's the money going? And for Packy in particular to be born in a zoo and spend his life in a zoo, that's like being born in your bedroom and never leaving. That's torture. That to me is torture and totally unacceptable. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Of Packy and the other 7 elephants at the Oregon Zoo, and for all captive elephants. I'll be quoting and paraphrasing from a Seattle Times article published in December of 2012. This article discussed an analysis of almost 400 elephant fatalities at accredited U.S. zoos for the past 50 years. Most of the elephants died from injury or disease linked to conditions of their captivity, from chronic foot problems caused by standing on hard surfaces to musculoskeletal disorders from inactivity caused by being pinned or chained for days and weeks at a time. Of the 321 elephant deaths for which the Times had complete records, half were by age 23, more than a quarter of a century before their expected lifespans of 50 to 60 years. Here's a quote from David Hancock, who was director of Woodland Park Zoo from 1976 to 84. Hancock said, "Elephants don't thrive in zoos. There is overwhelming scientific evidence today that shows the harmful impact of captivity." When Hancock joined the zoo in 1975, he found 2 female elephants, Bamboo 14, Watoto 1, chained for as long as 17 hours a day in a dimly lit 2-room barn. He wanted to close the elephant exhibit, but Thai Airlines, seeking a lucrative contract, offered Seattle a baby Asian elephant, and Hancock felt he couldn't resist the pressure from city government and the public. So the newcomer was named Shy, and the next, a year old, and the next year, another gift from a Thai zoo, another 1-year-old elephant joined the group, and the 2 babies formed a close bond with each other. The conditions were so bad that the elephants were chained so they wouldn't accidentally roll over each other. Unable to exercise, each elephant developed foot disease. Hancock resigned as zoo director when Seattle refused to fund a new elephant enclosure. So what happened to those elephants? Bamboo, wild caught in Thailand, taken from her mother, is still at the Woodland Park Zoo, where she has been since 2 years old. She's now 47. Shy, also captive born, taken from her mother at a year old, still at the Woodland Park Zoo, 35 years old. Shy's close companion was sent by the zoo to another zoo and is still there at age 34. Watoto, a female African elephant, an entirely different genus from the Asian elephant, died this August when she could not rise and was euthanized. She died at the age of 44 or 45 at the Woodland Park Zoo. These intelligent and social animals have been treated as disposable property, valuable only insofar as they enrich the coffers of the zoo and the city of Seattle, or unwillingly bear babies who will suffer the same fate as they have. We used to treat some people like that. Please listen to the experts and retire Packy to Paws Sanctuary. And please discontinue any plans to breed more elephants here in Portland. They don't belong in zoos.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, President Hughes and Metro Councilors. I have some questions that I would like answers to about the issue of TB at the zoo. When I asked Terry Dressler about this, she referred me to Jennifer Vines at Multnomah County Health. Jennifer, via her communications director, David Austin, did not provide answers to 5 of the 6 questions that I sent. David replied that after a, quote, thorough investigation, there are no answers as to how the elephants became infected with TB. I sent follow-up questions asking how then was the county planning to protect the other elephants from contracting the disease? Is the zoo's current methods of quarantining and spraying affected areas sufficient to prevent future outbreaks? And are there other infectious diseases that the elephants are vulnerable to? Also, I would like to know if the USDA requires zoos to treat elephants with TB drugs, as these drugs are often damaging to the elephant's health. I asked if this investigation included a search into Tusco's possible contribution to the TB problem, as he was formerly at Half Trunk Will Travel, which has a history of TB in elephants. I have not received an answer to these questions, so I am referring them to you. I would appreciate it if you would contact me with these answers. My email is on this testimony, which I submitted to you. And last, we ask for a public hearing on whether the elephant should stay at the zoo or be retired to sanctuary. All it takes is for one of you to make a motion to propose a hearing. All it takes is one of you to use your empathy and compassion to step up and make a difference for these elephants. Start sending elephants to sanctuary, and then, over time, give elephant lands to another species, such as the giraffes. Change the name to giraffe lands. They are in an undersized space right now. Then give the African porcupines the giraffe's current habitat. Those poor animals are in a closet-sized space. Make the giraffes the big draw at the zoo. Why does it have to be the elephants? As Scientific American points out, they are uniquely unsuited for captivity. It just takes one of you, and I urge you, whichever one of you that is, to go against current Metro and Zoo PR spin about the elephants and be willing to open a dialogue with the public, as the mayor of Seattle is proposing to do over the future of the Woodland Park Zoo elephants. And please, release Packy now. He doesn't need to wait for a hearing. He needs to roam on vast grasslands and enjoy what time he has left in a sanctuary. Thank you.